In this video, I want to demonstrate how your clients will utilize their portal as you email them listings. For this example, I have saved 3 auto emails for my client Ben Samuels. You can see the 3 auto emails here, and they all have a white circle, which means that the client has not yet clicked on that link. Now, for Ben, when he receives these, he will get my message exactly with the same verbiage that I saved that auto email. All Ben needs to do is click on this link, and by clicking on the link, it will take him to his portal, and that auto email is saved and activated. So he will now start getting future auto email for new matches and price changes and back on markets. Now what he needs to do next is, as he sees all these listings, and in this example I've got 101 matches for my client, which is a lot of matches here. So if he does not do anything over here, save or reject listings or leave notes, this list will always continue to be bigger, get bigger and bigger. So he needs to start filtering out the listings that he doesn't like and then saving properties that he does like. So it makes it kind of hard when you first come in that he only sees it in a single line. So by looking at the single line, he may not really know which ones he likes or not likes. He needs to probably look at more information. So what he can do, there's several ways he can look at these properties. The first way is he can click on the MLS number, and what that does, it takes him to that one house, shows him that property, and he can look at it. He can then use the back button, and it takes him right back to the previous screen. The next thing he can do is, instead of clicking on the MLS number, he can come over to the far right, use these 2 icons. The first one is the photo, and the second one is the map. So on this option, he can click on the photo icon, and it just shows him the photos of the house, and he can scroll through and look at the house this way. And then he can close it down, and then he can also click on the map view, and it opens up and shows them the map of the house of where it's located. Now also something I want to show you is, once they open up the map, your client Ben in this case can also change it from the map to the Google Street View, and now he can see what that house looks like from the Google Street View, and he can actually move this around and drive up and down the street if he likes. He can also change it right back to the map tab and look at it this way. He can zoom in, zoom out. He can also rotate this and look at it from different angles here too. And when he's done, just simply hit the X to close this out. And then next, what he can do is, besides clicking on the MLS number or the 2 icons over here, he can actually change the display from the single line view to a client view here, and underneath the client view he can see these in a little simple format here. He can then change it from the thumbnail view to the full view, and by clicking on the full view, now he sees that same view that he saw before in a one-page lineup. He can also use the next button and kind of go through this and look at it next and next and next and look at it that way also. Once he's looking at it in the full view, what he can do, he can save these houses as he sees them this way as a favorites, and you notice the heart lights up and it dumps it into his heart folder, and it saves it as a favorite. He can also use the light bulb, which is a possibility. By clicking on that, it's going to save it as a possibility. And then if he hits the trash can, it's going to throw it into his deleted pile, so that way he knows that he doesn't like that one, and that will filter down that 111 list, and when he comes back in, it'll be 110 or however many he deletes. And something else that's very, very nice, if your clients will do this, is use the pad, the notepad here, to leave you notes. By clicking on this, he can open it up and he can say that he doesn't like this listing because of bedroom's too small. So now you're getting some information here as to why they like that, and they need to hit this button here. It says add notes, and what that does, it just timestamps it over here and leaves it, and I as an agent can look at it later too. So if he clicks on that notepad again, it just gets rid of that or just hides that note. So now you can see that he deleted it and he left me a note. And then up here there's a photos, there's the map, there's actually attachments on here that they can see the attachments on these properties. And once again, as he sees the photo on this full view, he can scroll through and look at them this way too. So if he doesn't like this view, he can change the display once again to the full width of map, and all this does is put the map view on here. And if you ever scroll down on these full views, you will notice that we do not display the listing agent's name on here because they are on your client and they're on your client portal, so we do not show that there. They can always come back and change this right back to the single view, and they can change this from the single view to, let's say, the map only. Now you're seeing this search called All Lakefront in Old Metairie. I'm only displaying all these houses on this map right here at one time, and the color codes are active and green and so forth here. They can also change this to the split, which will show the map and the grid down below. And then they can grab this and kind of move this up a little bit and kind of adjust this level. And if they leave it this way, every time they open up an email from me to this search, it will remember their last way they left it, and it will always be that way. So if they don't like this view, just make sure they change it right back to the view that they do like here. Now remember, I had 3 searches for Ben. Well, up here at the top, I'm looking at the All Lakefront in Old Metairie. So if I open this up, he can then look at his other 2. Now you'll notice that they're in bold color. That means he has not yet clicked on that welcome message. He actually does not need to go back to his email and click on the welcome message there to activate it. Once he's in here, all he has to do is click on that search, and it will now activate that search without him having to open up that welcome message and clicking on the link there. And then he can do the same with the 3rd search and just look at those houses in that list. And now as I open this up, you notice all 3 searches are no longer in bold because they are now activated. So if I go back into Matrix and under auto emails, those 3 searches should now be a green circle with a check mark, and they are now activated. And as long as Ben keeps going to this search periodically, it will never expire. So it will always be there as long as he's currently going there. Now what he can also do is, one last example is, I do want to mention that there is a help tab up here, that if your client clicks on the help tab, it will also have some instructions and another little video for them to watch that they can do. But there's also another tab up here called a welcome tab. They go back to the welcome tab. This is where you can see some stuff that you've done. It'll scroll through all of the favorites that they've got. You can see all the notes that either me or them have saved for them. You can see the 3 searches that I've done for them here, and they can actually do their own searching right here. Now back on March 12th, what I've done, I actually sent him a manual email of some listings. So these are some of them, or these are the auto emails, but this is an actual just some listings I sent him outside of his 3 saved searches. So it's a gathering spot. It's a bulletin board or a dashboard, if you will, of everything I've ever done, that it's one location and it's not all spread out all over the place in different emails. It's all in one location where they can see everything here. So he can go right back to his properties tab, and once he's here, like I said, he can change it from all listings. In fact, that's going to combine all 3 searches together. If he goes back to his 1 property, remember he had a 111. Well, because he deleted 1, he's only got 110 now. So they need to start deleting and saving listings and giving you notes here as they do this. If they ever want to look at the ones they deleted, all he has to do is click on this folder here, and he can see all the listings he's ever deleted. Or he can look at the 2 he saved as a possibility, and he can look at his favorites here. And then me as the agent, when I go back into Matrix and I go back in the home page, I can see my client Ben Samuels, the last time he visited it, how many favorites or possibilities he saved, and how many notes he saved. And as you can see, I can just click on either one of those and it will take me to that information there. And once again, if I go back into auto emails now, you'll notice that these three for Ben Samuels are now green circles. That means he has clicked on it, and they are now active. So I hope this little video helps you, and practice this, send this out to some of your clients, or even use your own self as an example and get familiar with this. But I think you'll really like the client portals as you get comfortable with it. Thank you.